health information provided on this platform is for general awareness only and doesn't in any way replace a doctor's professional medical advice. Kindly consult your doctor in case of any decision regarding your health and diet. In case of medical emergencies, kindly consult your nearest emergency service provider. The Government of India has started the MR vaccine drive in schools, and this is what you need to know. What is MR vaccine? Measles and Rubella vaccine together is called the MR vaccine. Then what is the MMR vaccine? MMR vaccine has measles, mumps and rubella in it. According to the Indian Association of Pediatrics, the MMR vaccine should be part of all kids immunization program after one-to-one discussion with parents. Doses of MMR are usually 2 doses with at least 4 weeks gap, as early as 9 months according to IIP recommendation. The second dose must follow in the second year of life. Can be given at any time 4 to 8 weeks after the first dose. You generally don't need to give standalone measles vaccine. The maternal immunity is said to be there until 9 months. Benefits of MMR. Protections against measles, mumps and rubella. Measles can cause serious complications and death. Encephalitis, SSPE, also known as subacute sclerosing panencephalitis. It is a very serious long-term sequelae. Pneumonia, otitis media, diarrhea. Mumps can cause fever with painful parotid inflammation, brain infection, infection of the gonads, oophorytis, orchitis, which can lead to sterility in pubertal kids. Other complications of mumps include pancreatitis, deafness, aseptic meningitis. Rubella can cause mild infection in adults. Most common presentation is low-grade fever, lymph node swelling and malaise. Up to 50% infection may be subclinical. Complications of rubella infection include encephalitis and thrombocytopenic purpura. The danger of rubella infection is congenital rubella syndrome. Rubella infection has a teratogenic infection in pregnant women. If infection occurs in unimmunized mothers in the first trimester, it can cause miscarriage, stillbirth, birth defects including cataracts, hearing loss, mental retardation, congenital heart defects. Measles infection is also very serious. It is mainly transmitted from person to person by cough and cold through large respiratory droplets. Transmission through aerosol for up to 2 hours after a person with measles occupied the area has been documented. After exposure, 90% or more susceptible people can have measles. The virus is transmitted from 4 days before the rash becomes visible to 4 days after the rash appears. Measles vaccine is provided for free in India under the Universal Immunization Programme in all government immunization facilities. The measles vaccine usually has 2 doses, first at 9 to 12 months and the second at 15 to 18 months. At least 4 weeks gap is given between the 2 doses. The second dose is not a booster dose. 2% and 5% of children don't develop measles immunity after the first dose. The second dose of measles vaccine aims to immunize those not protected by the first dose. In India, children are given measles vaccine after 9 months of age. Measles has serious mortality and morbidity stats. Seroconversion for measles is lower in children receiving first dose before or at 12 months of age. This is suspected to be due to persistent maternal antibodies. But even then, it is given as early as 9 months because of the serious nature of the infection. The rate of seroconversion with different ages of measles vaccine are 87% at 9 months, 95% at 12 months and 98% at 15 months. Infants receiving measles vaccine before 12 months of age should be given 2 additional doses of measles antigen-containing vaccine at 12 to 15 months and 4 to 6 years of age. Mumps is as infectious as influenza and rubella but less than measles or varicella. 2 doses of mumps vaccine are needed for a long-lasting protection. RA27/3 vaccine for rubella is highly seroconverting. Immunity after a single dose is lifelong, but rubella antibodies may fall below detectable levels with time. The MR vaccine campaign, why are they doing it? Polio, measles and rubella are 3 diseases which occur in humans, so it is controlled by transmission in humans. There is no animal vector or insect vector. So, if we want to control this, we have a greater chance by eradicating the disease in humans. Since 5th February 2017, the Union Health Ministry launched the Measles Rubella vaccination campaign. It started in Bangalore, Karnataka. Then it also went on to Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Goa and Lakshadweep. Now it has reached West Bengal, and the children of West Bengal schools will be vaccinated with the measles rubella vaccine. Children between 9 months and less than 15 years will be given a single shot of measles rubella vaccination. That is the MR vaccine campaign plan. Will they need it even if they have taken an earlier vaccination against measles and rubella? Yes. Irrespective of their previous measles rubella vaccination status or measles rubella disease status, this vaccine will be given. How much will this cost? MR vaccine is given free across the state. It will be given at all the school health facilities. Will the extra dose cause problems? The vaccine contains attenuated, that is non-virulent viruses. If a child is already immune, the body will not respond to the extra dose. The extra dose will, however, be harmless. If a child has received no MMR vaccine previously, they should get the MR vaccine. If a child has received 2 doses of MMR vaccine with at least 4 weeks gap in between, then he or she actually need not take any further dose, but the government recommends blanket coverage irrespective of earlier immunization status. MMR was given only in the private healthcare sector previously. The private sector covers only 25% of children. So, it makes administrative sense to try for universal coverage through the special drive. Conclusion. If the child has no previous measles vaccine, MMR vaccine, the child gets an MR vaccine in its school. If a child has previously one measles vaccine, child still gets the MR vaccine. If a child has one previous MMR vaccine, the child needs the other dose of MMR vaccine for complete protection against mumps, since 2 doses of mumps vaccine are needed for adequate protection. The child gets the MR vaccine. The government suggests blanket coverage. It will be an extra dose, but experts opine it is harmless. The child is less than 15 years and has received all doses of measles vaccine or MMR vaccine. The child still gets an MR vaccine, since the government suggests blanket coverage. The government aims to give immunization at schools, hospitals and health centers. It's important that proper vaccine chains, sterility and infrastructure for managing any vaccine-related event is properly planned, especially in schools, to avoid MR vaccine side effects and complications. Government health policies recommend the best practices with the available information. Blanket MR helps to avoid confusion and missed doses. Your pediatrician can help you decide accordingly. In cases like these, an inadvertent miss is more worrying than the extra dose. Some frequently asked question: will the combination of measles and rubella vaccine lead to an efficacy loss of either vaccines? No. Efficacy of both vaccines remain the same. Are there any side effects of MR vaccination on child? The MR vaccine is safe and administered worldwide under the routine immunization program in most countries, also through MR vaccination campaigns. Millions of children have been vaccinated with this vaccine safely all across the world. Most places where these vaccinations are given, adequate precaution is taken so that no untoward events occur. The MR campaign is going to be given to all targeted children from 9 months to less than 15 years so that they are immunized irrespective of prior measles or rubella infection or immunization status. The goal of the MR campaign is to primarily accelerate the community immunity in children by reaching 100% target with MR vaccine. That will not only reduce the cases but also prevent deaths from measles and disabilities from CRS, that is congenital rubella syndrome. The children during the vaccination campaign will initially be vaccinated at the schools, then later on at the health sub-centers, at the Anganwadi centers, and there might also be subsequent in other weeks of the campaign. There might be mobile posts in villages and other areas. There is a plan of providing 100% coverage to all the target children under this vaccination drive. Malnourished children should be vaccinated on a priority basis as they are more likely to suffer from complications of these diseases as well as other problems like pneumonia and diarrhea. Who should not be vaccinated? Usually, vaccination is not done when the child has a high fever or any other serious disease like convulsions, unconsciousness, or is under a doctor's care for some other disease that is in a hospital. History of a severe allergic reaction